Good day everyone. In this video, I'm gonna discuss the continuation of the DepEd organizational structure. Based on Republic Act number 9155, the National Division School. Developing and implementing division educational development plans. Determine the financial resources required to achieve the goals. This includes budgeting for new textbook, in educational technology, teacher training programs, and facilities improvements. For example, if the plan involves implementing a one-on-one laptop program, calculate the cost or purchasing laptops for all students and providing necessary infrastructure such as Wi-Fi access. Planning and managing the effective and efficient use of all personnel, physical and partial resources of division, including professional development. Identify the professional development needs of the staff based on their performance evaluation, changes in educational standards, and emerging educational trends. For example, if the new teaching method for language arts are emerging, provide training opportunities for teachers in those methods. Hiring, planning, and evaluating all divisions supervisor and school district supervisor, as well as all employees in the division, both teaching and non-teaching personnel, including school heads, except for assistant division superintendent. For division supervisors and school district supervisor, clearly outline the responsibilities, qualification, and skills required. This might include educational leadership, experience, knowledge of curriculum and instruction, and the ability to manage budget and personnel. Monitoring the utilization of funds provided by the national government and the local government ones to the school and learning centers. Effective monitoring of education funds is crucial for ensuring that resources are used wisely to improve student outcomes and achieve broader educational goals. By implementing robust monitoring mechanism, fostering collaboration, and utilizing data-driven approaches, national and local government can play a vital role in promoting accountability, transparency, and efficiency in education spending. Promoting awareness of and adherence by all school and learning centers to accreditation standards prescribed by the Secretary of Education. Quality standards for basic education programs is essential for providing students with a high-quality education. Strengthening the role of division supervisors as subject area specialists can significantly contribute to achieving these goals by providing expertise, leadership, and supporting to teacher and school. Providing professional and instructional advice and support to the school needs and teacher facilitator of school and learning center in the district or cluster territory. Providing professional and instructional advice and support to school, teachers, and facilitators is essential for improving the quality of education. By understanding the needs of school and teachers, offering professional development opportunities, providing instructional advice and support, facilitating collaboration and networking, and monitoring, evaluating progress, we can help school and teachers to continuously improve their practice and provide a high-quality education for all students. Curricular supervision and performing such other function as may be assigned by proper authorities. One of the main aspects of curricular supervision is ensuring that the educational curriculum is aligned with relevant educational standards. This involves checking if the content and learning objectives at each grade level match with the expected by nation, state, and local education authorities. For example, in the mathematics curriculum, a supervision will verify that the topics covered in the particular grade are in line with mathematical proficiency standards set for that grade. Setting the mission, vision, goals, and objective of the school. Creating an environment within the school that is conducive to teaching and learning. Arrange desks and furniture in the way that promotes interaction and collaboration among students. For example, group desks together for group work or discussion. This layout encourages students to engage with each other and with the teacher, facilitating a more dynamic learning experience. Implementing the school curriculum and being accountable for higher learning outcomes. Teachers need to have a deep understanding of the curriculum documents, including the learning standards, objective, and content. This involves analyzing the scope and sequence of the curriculum to ensure the logical progression of learning. For example, in the mathematics curriculum, understanding how different concepts build on each other from one grade level to next is crucial. Developing the school education program and school improvement plan. By developing a comprehensive education program and a robust school improvement plan, school can create a dynamic and supportive learning environment that empowers students to reach their full potential. Offering educational programs, projects, and services which provide equitable opportunities for our learners in the community. By providing a diverse curriculum, inclusive instruction, cultural relevance, community-based projects, collaborative projects, individualized projects, academic support services, counseling services, extracurricular activities, accessibility in conclusion, and equity in resources, the school can help every learner reach their full potential and achieve their goals. Introducing new and innovative modes of instruction to achieve higher learning outcomes. Introducing new and innovative modes of instruction is essential for achieving higher learning outcomes. By enhancing engagement, providing personalized learning, promoting collaborative learning, implementing the flipped classroom model, and incorporating experiential learning, education can create the more dynamic and effective learning environment that meets the needs for all learners.